Hi, I'm Jan-Marie Brooke from BrilliantLifeSuccess.com. I'm a mindset alchemist. So what is it that I can actually do for you? Perhaps I can explain better by giving you some clients' experiences. However, I want to actually put myself first on that list. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I have needed to transform some very deep core patterns within myself to be who I am today. And in 2016, when I was 71, I had 4 strokes that affected my ability to communicate fluently. And I have used the skills and the techniques that I work with you as a client on myself. I needed to address the fear that I felt going into the hospital system and the powerlessness that I felt at the hands of medical doctors whose first choice was to use drugs. Not only have I astounded the medical profession with my ability to heal myself, I have astounded people, natural therapists, anyone that works with me. I move through whatever they're working with me on very quickly. And I do that because I'm working holistically. And this is the key. By working holistically, emotionally, mentally, physically, and energetically, and working on our mindsets is paramount. So the next case point that I want to share with you is a young lady who, in society's viewpoint, had it all. She had the multi-million-dollar home, she had a business, she had luxury cars, she travelled the world, she had a loving husband and family and a big circle of friends. However, she listened to the success gurus who suggested that she could have more than what she already had by mortgaging her mortgage-free home and leveraging that capital to purchase investment properties. When I met her, it was all coming apart. Her investment properties were not functioning in the way that they were meant to. Life was crumbling before her very eyes, and the end result was that she actually lost all of the material assets and her entire friendship base. She was indeed fortunate that her husband still loved her enough to forgive her for putting everything at risk. So you can imagine she was going through a lot of terror and a lot of fear. So I worked with her on a daily basis. As we worked with the issues as they came up, she used the Friendly program every day. She used it whenever she felt that need to peel back another layer. We worked energetically. I cleared layers and layers and layers of deep core patterning. And the end result is that she had the energy that normally would go into fighting the battle to understanding the gift that she had received via that massive challenge, and more importantly, how she could turn her life around. And she did that, and she now has a beautiful home that is situated, a few hours out of Melbourne on acreage, and their deck alone is bigger than my humble home. And during this process, her husband also transformed, and he discovered that, to his joy, that he was an awesome artist, and he is creating some fabulous artworks. And my client has developed a business and created a business where she is working with people on some really significant life-changing experiences, particularly around their health. And she's doing brilliantly. So my next case point is a businessman. He came to me because he wanted to put together a deal with a country, I won't mention the country, but a small country. And what they were planning to do was to actually roll the Treasury funds. Now, this required a lot of negotiating with a country that their natural language was not English. And in order for him to be heard, and in order for them to understand, integrate, and accept, and come back with a positive answer, he needed to change his languaging. He needed to change how he was interacting with them. He needed to go into an active listening mode, which was not particularly easy as a businessman. However, we succeeded. I developed a process that he did every day to transform and keep aligned, to keep his vibration very high. And off he went on the appointed day to travel to this country to actually roll the Treasury funds. And that was the result. The result of that was that each one of those businessmen who started out being skeptical about about my role in the experience were ringing me and telling me when I need to step in to realign his energy and to keep the whole conversation open and working. So there are a couple of my transformational experiences with clients. I have got a lot more testimonials than that. I also have some amazing stories that have come from my books. One that I particularly love is I received a phone call one Saturday night, and this fellow told me that he had read every book out there. He had read Deepak Chopra's, Wayne Dyer's, all of the big names, and yet my book made more sense to him. It connected the dots in what had been a 6-year journey of personal transformation, and he was able to really make some significant changes, and all of my work is about that. And so I work with clients over a period of time in order to achieve that transformation, because I need to work with you emotionally, mentally, physically, and energetically, and we need to work, and this is a process. So I'm Jan Brooke, and I look forward to working with you. Jan Brooke.